What's up, guys? It is Monday, January 29th. It's 8:32 a.m. and this is the crypto market update. We got about, I believe, 2 days left until the monthly candle close. It's going to be an important one for the direction of crypto going forward for quarter one. So we're going to dive into a couple of high time frame charts, the weekly chart, because we just had the weekly close yesterday, as well as we'll go into the monthly chart to see if we're on track for a bigger correction here going forward into February. So starting off with the dollar on the 1 day chart. Let's take a look. So on the 1 day chart on the dollar, we are pressing up right now. We are seeing momentum come up, another stock RSI cross up. It does look similar to back here where we had our first little rally up. We had the pink cross with the blue. So let's actually make the chart a little cleaner here. Had the indicators up here at the top. And if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that, like back here, we had the pink cross with the blue. Just like here, we had the pink cross with the blue. We had our stock RSI come up, then come down, come up, come down, and back up, come down, and we had one little cross up, and a press up through the fib overlap zone. And that's like this area right here. So what I think is we're really doing the same thing right now. We have the TSI coming up as well too. TSI coming up, RSI is uptrend like back there. So what I think is going to happen, we're going to see a pop up maybe to the 1618. But then what follows afterwards is a correction back down to retest the 200 moving average. And then at that point, it's going to be critical for us to break below it and then continue our downtrend. Because if we hold it, then we can count on us having a rally back up and kind of continuing the same pattern that we did back here. So if we were to kind of copy it over and take a look at it, and it's kind of right on track with the timing as well. So this is saying that, hey, we'll have a pop-up to end of the month. Then at the start of February, we come back down. And then all of February, we see a rise up in the dollar. And then when March hits, we hit our top. We kind of go sideways until quarter two hits, April. Then we can start another downtrend here. So if that were to follow like that, then what that's telling us is that quarter one, we'll see a cool off for crypto. And then we'll likely see that Bitcoin hit that lower 30K price level. And then when quarter two hits, that's when we can start this second hyper move for the crypto market based off just the dollar. But so that's what I'm seeing there as far as the macro trend and what we can expect for the dollar the next few months here. Looking at the weekly chart, we are kind of at this point where the blue and the pink are kissing each other. They haven't made a decisive decision as far as the direction. If we start to see that blue come up, the blue come up, then we'll see more of a downtrend for the dollar. But if the pink comes up, we'll see what was outlined here. And then we have the TSI crossing up here. So if we do see that this week, then we'll see the TSI cross up and a stock RSI cross up through the 50 line, and we can bet that this scenario is going to pan out. If we get rejected right here, this is the level where it needs to happen, because that 1 week EMA ribbon is holding us down right now. If we pop up through it, then we'll come right up to that 21 moving average, and then we'll see this scenario pan out. But if we get rejected right now, we break back below 103.47, then we can say, hey, maybe we're actually rolling over now and we're doing something different. But right now, that's what I'm expecting for the dollar. If we look on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we do have the stock RSI cooling off right now, going through that 50 line. The pink is coming down. The blue hasn't caught a heartbeat yet, coming up to this 20 line. So for now, it's all good, but we have the momentum rolling over on the stock RSI. The TSI is crossed out. The MACD is getting ready to flip to red. And so the momentum is rolling over. But as far as how this candle closed last week, we had a touch on this trend line here, and we had the body of the candle close above the key level. I believe it was 41.5K. Actually, we closed at 42K. But looking at the previous bodies of the candles here, 41.4K is so critical for us to have candle body closes on the weekly chart to maintain above. If we get a weekly candle and the body of the candle is below this level, then we can bet that we're going to come back down to retest this trend line. And I would say that if we break this trend line around 38.6K, then it's likely we're going to roll over and we're going to come down to retest the lower 30Ks. Likely our bottom would come in and be very fast on a wick around 30K to 29K. That's where our 786 is here from this low to the high. The 786 is right there. And then looking all the way to the left, you can see that it was a critical level of support back in the previous bull market of support there, support, and then we kind of got hung up at it in the bear market, and then we got our capitulation there. So it's likely we got to retest that level before going on a bigger uptrend here, but only if we break the key level of 41.4K and the trend line. If we can maintain above there and we start to kind of press up and we have a weekly candle body close above 44K, then it's looking likely we're going to come back up and retest the high 40s again. So we have our clear kind of channel here with the weekly candle closes. We want to maintain above 41.4K and we want to break above 44K weekly candle body closes. So looking at that, the momentum right now is not in our favor, but that's why this week is so critical. Because if we can see a nice move up and a cross up here quickly to save this MACD from going red, then the likelihood of us going to high 40Ks is definitely more probable at that point. So it's going to be a critical week. So looking at the daily chart, we are seeing a cross up on the stock RSI, which is good. The pink started to find a heartbeat, the blue's coming down, but really what I'm looking for is, and we got above this micro 786 here. So maintaining above 41.4K is definitely critical and key, but also seeing this TSI cross up back above that zero line is going to be very important. And we have a 1 day buy now. So we have a 1 day buy now signal that came in right here, but we need to see follow through. And for me to get more confident as far as us getting back into the high 40s is us seeing that TSI get above that zero line. We got the buy now, which is solid, but we need to see the zero line get taken out by the TSI. And we need to see the pink get above the blue. And we need to see us get candle body closes above 43K to get us back above that 50-day moving average there. Once we can see that, then we can go out and say, hey, it's more likely we're going to see the high 40s before rolling over. But if we get rejected here, we start to roll over, we see this TSI cross back down and the MACD go red, then I would say way likelier that we're going to head down to the lower 30s. Then looking at total 3, the altcoin market cap, if we were to roll over and if Bitcoin were to do that, altcoins are likely going with it. And I see it go to 416 billion first stop, which is the weekly 200 moving average and the 21 moving average and the EMA ribbons there, but also the micro 786 from this low to the high is right there. If we were to break below that, then it's likely we would come down to 362 billion, which is the bigger 786 of the lows down here in August, the high that we set in January. The 786 is at 363 billion. And that was a key level looking at all this action that had happened all of 2023 there. So that's the downside targets. Where we need to break and get above is this 530 billion. And if we do so, then it's likely we're going to come up and reach 653 billion, 743 billion, those areas there. Because if we take this high down to the low right there, the 786 is sitting right at that next target of the 3618 extension. So it's likely would come to there as our next target with taking out these highs. So right now we're kind of ranging. We have our 430 billion support right there, or 440 billion support. We have our resistance at 530 billion. We're just going to range until Bitcoin kind of makes its decision. And if Bitcoin can get above go into the high 40s, maybe we can come up here, take out this high and go up to this level. But if Bitcoin breaks below that 41.6K level, then and starts to go lower, it's likely we're going to retest 415 billion. And if we see the lower 30s for Bitcoin, then we're coming down to 363 billion for the altcoin market cap, which will be the last big buying opportunity before, it'll be something like this. We'll get bought up quick and then we're going to be off to the races. So it's not like anything to panic over. It's not like if we drop down, we're going to go lower and just do something like that. No, like we're at the convergence of traditional finance and this Web3 industry merging together and colliding. You have to take the bigger picture into the technical analysis and the technological adoption cycle. And we're here, baby. So like, there's nothing to worry about. If anything, it'd be a gift for one more dip down to those levels, scoop up the coins that have been strong, TIA, Manta, a couple other ones, and then they're going to get bought up quick and then be well on their way. So we're just going to range until we see what Bitcoin does. So all eyes on Bitcoin going forward. So looking at XRP has a 1 day prepare to buy soon. The last time we got that and the buy now was at these bottoms over here in the summer and September and October around 52 cents. We had our sell back here in July at 72 cents. It had couple buys down here, and then I had a sell in November at 67 cents. And finally, after all this chop, we're talking about 2 or 3 months later, we got to prepare to buy soon. Just so happened to be right on top of the belly of the beast. And we're waiting for that buy now signal to come in. And once we can get that buy now signal, it's likely we hit our pinnacle low. But if we start to roll over here without that buy now signal and we dip and get swallowed into the belly of the beast, then our next target is 45 cents to 47 cents. And if we have lower downside than that, then there is the scenario where we can have a deep pullback to this fib overlap zone, which is the 4236 breakdown extension and the macro 786. We're talking the bear market bottom June 2022 to the top here on July 2023. Our 786 is at 37 cents. And maybe that's an area we need to test. So definitely it's going to be a critical week going into February here as far as what XRP is going to do. And that's going to result from Bitcoin and the altcoin market cap and what the dollar does. So definitely need to hold that 50 cent level, which is the top of the belly of the beast, and our previous lows here with the prepare to buy soon. If we break it, we can target the 2618 breakdown extension at 47 cents and the medium 786 at 45 cents. If we break that, then the next level would be down into the lower 40s, high 30s, which would be an incredible buying opportunity, because if it were to do that, that would get bought up so quick. We come up, and then I think that would be the moment where we really just shoot up past these highs over here and we start to go up into the dollar range. I don't think we'd hang out here for long. I see a ton of buyers stepping in at that level. If it were to happen, it would be an absolute blessing for that to happen. So hopefully it does. One last buying opportunity until we hit the moon. But if it doesn't, here's still a good level. 2 for 1 at this level and 3 for 1 if it goes down to there. So that's what I'm watching. But that 1 day prepare to buy soon, very solid seeing that, because all of 2023, even late 2022, we saw those 1 day prepare to buy soons and buy nows call these bottoms. And then the sell nows call the tops. Bottom, 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 top, bottom, top, top, bottom, 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 top. And this could potentially be a bottom. We just need to see that vertical blue buy now signal come in. So that's what I'm seeing, guys. Watching the market drivers, the dollar, Bitcoin, the altcoin market cap, and based off that, we'll get a better gauge on what XRP is going to do. But the prepare to buy seem very solid. Just waiting for that buy now to come in, and I'll be keeping people updated in the Discord when that does come in. And our bots for the XRP bot will trigger that long entry when that does happen. So I'll be keeping you guys updated in the Discord on that. Link is in the bio. Come join the Discord, and I will see you guys in there and in the next video.